I actually filmed this video once yesterday, but I don't think it turned out that good, so we're gonna be doing it again. Today, I am finally filming the very long requested How I Learned English video. Before we start, I wanted to clarify something. A lot of you guys have been wondering if I go to an international school or if I've ever studied abroad before. The answer to both of those questions is a no. I've never had those experiences. I've always just studied at a local school and I've never studied abroad before. The people I talk to in English are my brother, my parents, Sabrina, Zoe, Chloe, Sylvie. So 7. I'm not really surrounded by a bunch of English speakers, nor was I born or raised in an English-speaking environment, but my parents do provide me a lot of opportunities to increase my knowledge in English, which I'm really thankful for. I have this piece of document here that I wrote out earlier, so we're going to be reading out the things I wrote on here. So I would like to say that the whole start of my English learning journey was kind of a surprise. The biggest turning point of this journey was when I got an iPad in 2nd grade. After getting the iPad, I became obsessed with YouTube videos and I watched a bunch of videos every day. I watched toy unboxing videos and Barbie videos. I'll just put an example up right now.
Are you mad at me? How come you're not speaking to me? Well, Kristoff, of course I'm mad at you. But you're too silly to even...
The videos I watched were all coincidentally in English and they were meant for kids, so they spoke really slowly. Looking back, I actually realized that I wasn't able to understand what they meant in the videos fully, but watching those videos really got me used to listening to the language. And I even learned a lot of new phrases and vocabularies that they didn't teach in school at the time. I remember learning the phrase hang out from a video of a girl filming her going out with her friends. And I remember learning that we can say head home for 回家 instead of always saying go home. At the time, I would talk to myself in English, which sounds pretty dumb, but it actually really helped me get used to speaking the language. I actually just spoke to myself mostly what the YouTubers I watched said in their videos. I would kind of try to imitate what they were saying and their accent, so that is where I got my accent from. I drew this graph that shows my knowledge in English throughout the years. So as you can see, it started increasing in 2nd grade. I wasn't confident enough to speak the language until I was in 5th grade. When I was in 5th grade, I went to an exchange student program my school held. I got to go to San Francisco for 2 weeks, and at the time, I could fully understand what my host family was saying. This was also when I started to actually want to improve my knowledge in English. So I downloaded this app on my phone. I searched up all of the words I saw or heard that I didn't know on this app. And also I set my phone settings into English. This really got me used to doing a lot of daily tasks in English. For example, I got used to writing my notes in English. But you know, since I learned English from YouTube, I didn't know the most vocabularies that we used in literature. Then in 7th grade, I downloaded this app called Wattpad. As embarrassing as it sounds, I read a bunch of love stories on it. There were many foreign words in those love stories. What I did was whenever I saw a word I didn't know, I would search it up on the dictionary app that I mentioned earlier and try to memorize their meaning. Of course, this isn't the most efficient way to memorizing vocabularies. I did forget a lot of the words I searched up, but I do remember a lot of the vocabularies that I saw over and over again. I remember seeing the word sentimental in 5 different stories, and that really got me to remember that word. Also in 7th grade, I had a friend named Chloe. She is really fluent in English and we sometimes would communicate in English, so I had someone to speak in English with instead of just talking to myself. Later, I actually went to a summer camp in Boston with Chloe as well. Then, as you can see from the graph, my knowledge in English continued to grow until 10th grade. That is because in 10th grade, I started going to the school that I'm currently in, which is a boarding school, and our school doesn't allow us to use electronic devices. Hence, that meant normal videos and normal Wattpad stories for me to learn English from. I had no one to speak in English with at school, and no access to learning more vocabularies. So that's why in 10th grade, my knowledge in English kind of went. But one thing that made my knowledge in English really grow was I joined Model UN in 10th grade, and that really allowed me to know a lot more academic words that I've never seen in a YouTube video before, like committee and forum. So that brings us to today. I am now in 11th grade and I started studying for IELTS this year, which really helped me improve my English skills. As you can see, my whole English learning journey kind of started as an accident or a surprise. I never really meant to learn the language. I was just watching videos of things I was interested in. So now that I think back at it, it was really a pleasant surprise, and I'm really grateful for my younger self for binging on YouTube videos all the time. Now it's time for questions. I have your questions screenshotted on my phone, and I'll be reading them out in Chinese since you guys commented them in Chinese, and then I will be replying in English. And I do realize that a lot of the questions I get are kind of similar, so I'll be answering the frequently asked ones. First, I have a few questions that are kind of about the same thing. They're rather about what languages I speak on a daily basis, or if I switch between languages a lot, or what languages I speak with my family. As I mentioned before, I have 7 people I speak to in English, so with them, I do switch between Chinese and English a lot, and they do that when they reply to me as well. I mainly speak Chinese with my family, but sometimes I do speak English as well, especially when I'm really annoyed or mad or sad. I talk to my brother in English often, and usually he just replies to me in Chinese. He's actually more fluent than I am. He just likes replying to me in Chinese. So when I'm not talking to these people, I speak Chinese. Next question. 想学英文口音有什么推荐的国外网红 or 想知道我都看哪些国外网红的影片? When I first started watching YouTube videos in 2nd grade, I watched a lot of cartoons. I watched Barbie Life in a Dream House, and I watched a bunch of Barbie videos. I thought I could also share some of my favorite YouTubers currently with you guys. These are all foreign YouTubers. They all speak English in their videos. First of all, Tracy, best dressed aka Ashley. Ashley actually speaks really fast in her videos, so it's fine if you can't understand what she's saying at first. Then Hannah Vanarena, I really hope I'm pronouncing her last name right. Sydney Serena. And then the one I recommend the most is Yura Chong or Chong. Okay, I'm not gonna try to speak Korean. Yura is actually Korean, so she sometimes speaks Korean in her videos. And I believe she has a official channel on Bilibili. For her YouTube videos, she has a bunch of subtitles from different languages, including Chinese and Japanese. I really recommend you watching her videos because they're really aesthetic, really nice. Also, they include Chinese subtitles. Next up, 想知道口语该想知道口语该怎么练? There are a few questions that are about ways to improve your oral performances. So my tip is to watch more YouTube videos or TV series that include people speaking English. You don't have to watch the TV series without the subtitles. You can watch them with the subtitles of the language you're most comfortable with. Also practice speaking it because, you know, practice makes perfect, like how I got used to speaking the language because I used to talk to myself. You can also try speaking to a stuffed animal like how I did in my IELTS video. If you want to sound more natural, try imitating what you hear foreign people saying. I used to imitate a lot of YouTubers' video intros, like I would be like, "Hey guys, it's me, I'm back with another new video." You could also throw in a few phrases that you hear people saying in TV series or YouTube videos if you want to sound a little more natural. 要怎么实际运用自己学到的英文? I would say the way you should do this is to try to create a English speaking environment for yourself like how I did before. What I meant by that was you should try and make yourself get used to using the language. For example, even though I go to a local school, I try to write my notes for class in English and I keep my diaries in English. That makes me get used to actually using the language instead of just learning it. So you guys can try by first maybe writing out your daily to-do tasks in English. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any more questions, be sure to comment them down below or you can DM me, and I'll see you guys next time in our next video. Bye! I brought Frank 来了. I'm filming an English learning video. 你有什么 tips 要给他们吗？
看 NBA， 看大联盟 Marvel 跟 DC 的电影，然后还有影集。看那个电影跟剧集的好处是，你可以学到比较多常用的。
对，日常的对。
对，还有听那个美国流行乐。流行乐要注意，就是里面有些文法其实是错的。
Oh yeah, that's important.
Okay, bye.